Yo, what's good, everybody? It's MixedByJMAR here. Today, I'm going to be going through a EQ equalization tutorial, however y'all want to call it. The reason why I'm making this is because the way I got into audio engineering was through YouTube. And oftentimes, I ran into videos that were either too complicated, not helpful, stuff like that. Not trying to give you this whole backstory, but just want to let you know I'm trying to make simple videos for you to understand, to be able to mix and master your music, because I'm self-taught and don't think you have to go to school for this, because you don't. As long as you put in the time and effort into audio engineering, you could become good at it. I like to stay humble, but I would consider myself good category. First, I'm going to play the final product of what the sound should sound like, but this is also my voice, so it's going to sound different. I'm going to show you the final result, and then I'll get into equalization. I'm going to break up these videos piece by piece and go in chronological order for what you need to do first. So I'm starting off with equalization. So don't think I'm going to show you everything in this video, but I'll in the future be posting compression, de-essing, even though that's really simple. Pretty much everything that involves mixing and mastering, right? So this is what I've, from the years of practice, I've been able to make.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But I switched up on you. Now I'm on the move, seeking the truth, seeking.
One thing you guys gotta remember is audio engineering is art, so don't think it has to sound like somebody else's. As long as it sounds good, that's all you need to do. As long as it sounds good, that's fine. Audio engineering is art, so everybody's going to have a different style, a different sound to the audio engineering, unless of course you're in the industry, which, I mean, look at us, we're not in the industry, all right? But let's get straight into this. First and foremost, I'm just gonna take off the main. I also take off the recording, my recording preset. All right, so
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. This ain't Scooby.
so this is what it sounds like raw. Always the thing you have to start off on in a vocal chain is equalization, but I would recommend EQing first. And I like to start off with subtractive EQing. And if you don't know what that means, it means getting rid of bad frequencies and getting rid of sounds that you don't need and you don't like. So, for example,
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo.
I'm getting rid of this low end because you don't need low end in your vocals unless you want it. So I don't like low end in my vocals, so I'm gonna take out the low end. I like to go around 80 to 100.
This ain't Scooby-Doo, but
All right, that should be perfect. All right, and then here comes the meat that makes it sound way better. So I take up one of these bands, I bring it up to like 180 hertz to 250 hertz, and I listened for this very bassy sound in my voice.
baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right.
All right, so you hear that?
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo.
We do not need that unless you want it, like I said. So I'm gonna cut it down to like 2.5 to 3.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But I
And one thing you gotta remember is you do not want to bring the band too far down, or it's just gonna take away the warmth in your voice and just make it not sound natural. All right, then I also found this other frequency of like bassiness in my voice that I'm also gonna take down.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But I switched up on. Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after.
So I'm gonna take that down. All right, and then now after I take out the bassiness, this is what we call sweeping. We're gonna look for these frequencies that like pierce your ears and hurt.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
So you hear that, like, here, I'll play it again.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
So there's a sound. It isn't like horrible to the ear, but it does not sound good, of course, when you raise it. So if it does not sound good raised, it will not sound good at all. So I recommend taking it down to the same level as you taking out the bass in your voice.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
See another one? It sounds like a whistly sound.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
Another one. I like having only 8 or 7 bands because sometimes if you have like an unlimited, like there's some EQs that have unlimited bands that you can use, sometimes you can over EQ and it takes out just everything in your voice of what makes your voice sound good. So that's the reason why I recommend, if you're just using stock ones, recommend just using the FL stock, even the Logic Pro, just using that EQ, because you don't want to over EQ your voice or else it might sound bad.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But
There we go. Now we're done with subtractive EQ. Now you move into additive EQ. Additive EQ is just adding things that you like to your voice. So I'll go into this EQ. I'll go to the 8,000 hertz because this is where the higher pitchness in your voice is. And when you raise it up, it sounds really good.
baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But I switched up on you. Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo.
Sounds way better. And then I take another one, go about 5,000 hertz, and then I start raising that one up.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
Perfect. So you don't want to overraise them, or else it's going to sound very piercing, and it will bring out the S's very sharply, and you don't want that. Just bring it up to a natural point, and don't bring it up way too much, where like you could tell this is what we have so far. And then I'd like to do one more, try to find another hertz that I like.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you. But I switch. Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
Perfect. And then I also like to do one more low pass of removing the low frequencies.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
Perfect. All right, so like I said, I was trying to keep this real simple, real easy. This is what we have so far.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right.
All right, now that's with it on. Here it is off.
Baby, this ain't Scooby-Doo, but I'm coming right after you.
You can tell a slight difference, which is perfect. When you're mixing and mastering, you do not want these big differences. You just want things that enhance your vocal naturally and make it just make it sound nice without making it sound like it was like taken through this whole 20 plugin interface just so that it can get sounded the way it is. Remember, adjust them not too high, not the frequencies too high. Don't shoot these bands up way too high or too low, because then it'll remove some frequencies that you want in your voice. And yeah, so look, like I said, try to make it simple. Try to make these short so you can understand it. And this is EQing, because after EQing, I get into compression. So the next video will be compression. All right. Appreciate y'all for coming out so much. Much love. Peace.